Welcome to the Magic of Coffee. I'm your host, Alex, and this week we talk about the new bannings, the Pro Tour, and the new potential metas. We have our coffee. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome back. Episode 19.
Episode 19, the second to last.
The penultimate episode. Second to last. Penultimate. Usually when all the shit happens and then the last episode's like, here, let us reflect.
Let us, yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, the penultimate was when, spoilers, I guess, Daenerys like fucked up King's Landing and then took over as queen, and then the ending,
and then got murked,
and then Jon Snow murked her.
Dude, Jon Snow, when he stabbed her, was pretty much how Wizards was with this current banning.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into that, aren't we? All right.
Dude, that transition was sick.
Yo, what the fuck with this banning? Like literally, so the episode before this we recorded literally Thursday, and then that Friday the thing came out. Or I guess it was Monday, I don't remember. And we were like, Uro's getting banned. You know, like that's how like Temer's gonna die, is Uro's gonna get banned.
You know, I said that. I was like, yeah, probably. And then I just sat there and looked at Uro, because I was like, there's a banning for sure. And I looked at Uro, and I was like, there's no way Uro's getting banned. Because he is so easy to deal with.
Sure.
Like once he starts attacking, then it's an issue.
Yeah.
Once he hits if you lay him on the field,
goes to graveyard
from your hand, goes immediately to the graveyard. Then I'm at risk of Scavenging Ooze, the Soul Trident thing.
Yeah. Ashiok even.
Ashiok, the Soul Guide Lantern.
Yeah.
Exiles graveyards. Just numerous things. Agonizing Remorse.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why in Sultai I'm running that rather than Thought Eraser.
Yeah.
Because I can exile things from the graveyard. So I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to get banned. I think Reclamation's going to get banned.
Yeah, I think we also agreed that Reclamation was getting banned, but Growth Spiral was weird for me.
I still don't understand why.
I don't understand why either. It's not that good of a card.
It's good. It's not ban good.
Yeah, you know. Teferi was also surprising. Because, like, why now? He's about to rotate out, you know?
Literally everything except for Cauldron Familiar is rotating out.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, you have to think the 140 during the Pro Tour, there's 145 members that submitted or that participated, and like 60% of those decks were Temur Reclamation, and then within that Temur Reclamation, I think it was like half that was 4-color Reclamation.
Yeah. I mean, and they would run Teferi with it, but
yeah. So literally, the cards aside from Cauldron Familiar, all those cards were like essential cards for Temur Reclamation.
Yeah, Cauldron Familiar was a little surprising, but fair. You know, everybody was fucking complaining and upset about Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. So,
I mean, at least with Mono Red, there is I still think like a dumb shit could play it.
Yeah,
but it does have a fuckload of synergy.
Yeah.
And the Cauldron Familiar leaving does not take away from the Oven. I mean, it takes away a good chunk of the Oven decks, but the Oven decks can still be played, just more death triggers.
Yeah, it turns into Rakdos at that point, realistically, because I saw a lot of Rakdos decks popping up using Witch's Oven, like before the banning, because there has really good synergy there. So I could see those still kind of hanging out. But I mean, Mono Black's not going to go anywhere. Mono Black is still OG as fuck. Very good. And I might dabble in that now that Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven is gone.
I think you would do really well with Golgari.
Yeah, Golgari maybe. Because I was thinking about, like, especially with Zendikar coming, I'll play the deck that I have. You know, just do casual for the next couple months or next month and a half until Zendikar drops, and then I'll start really looking into.
Can you hear that?
A little bit.
Do I look stupid? Look at the camera. Do I look dumb?
You just see yourself blinking as shit done. Yeah, I'll start looking into other decks when Zendikar drops. But
dude, spoilers. You know, okay. I have a proposition for you.
Sure.
During spoilers,
we live stream.
We could
do it.
Now we'd have to figure out a way to. Okay, so here's what we do.
Picture in picture, like we could figure it out. Yeah.
I don't think we should live stream. I think we should set a camera up facing us, and we'll be just on the couch, and then I'll have my laptop, and then we watch the live stream.
Yeah, I could pull it up on the TV even.
Yeah. And then we can literally I can just take this this cable that's going into the phone, plug that directly into here, and then run that through here, and then the input we'll just have 2 separate headphones, and then we can, you know.
Yeah, or I can put it on the TV.
That's just I can capture it.
True. So we could just record ourselves watching it.
Yeah, but like I don't want to be like, oh, that has landfill, blah blah blah, but I'm not gonna have time to read it, and no one's gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'd rather like.
Yeah, we can figure something out. We'll get something set up and ready for it. But yeah, we could do that. Their fucking spoiler things are like 8 a.m. So you'd have to like spend the night before, and then like.
Do you want to cuddle, dog?
We always cuddle, man. But with the with spoilers, God damn it, with the banning, your deck.
Okay, look.
Took a
why
pretty-
the fuck does every time I get a deck they ban everything in it?
Yeah,
Dude, fucking Jeskai Fires.
Yeah.
Fucking then they banned Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention, and I was like, fuck. And then I fucking found Temur Reclamation, and then I fucking was like, yeah, I'm a hit diamond.
Into the decks, actually, because there's these memes that are popping up, and you sent it to me about like cards being banned between, what was it, like 2000 and...
Oh, dude, when the first Zendikar was out, yeah, there was Stoneforge Mystic, which as soon I was playing then when Stoneforge Mystic released, because there wasn't like really like we couldn't really look up spoilers. But we found like the card list, saw that, and we were like banned, because it was literally like, so when that was in standard, there was also a card that I have in one of my EDH decks. It costs 6, and I think it's 6 to attach to equip, but it's equipped creature gets +6/+6, and when it attacks, destroy target permanent. So remember that card, Stoneforge Mystic, tutors a fucking equipment card. You get that card. You tap her, and then 2 mana, put it on the field. So now it's a 2-drop. Then there's another card that you tap that, just equip it. So instead of 6 equip, it's 3. And then just swing. I was like, yeah, that's getting fucking banned. And then it's obviously as soon as everyone on the planet saw Jace the Mind Sculptor, they were like...
Well, yeah, but it's interesting because I think a lot of it has to do with not the state of the game, but the internet. Like, because there were 2 cards banned up until like 2014 or whatever, right? And then after Theros dropped, like after Theros, the original Theros run was done, it's been all like the new Magic era started or whatever, and a lot of cards started getting banned after that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the internet and like the following and the meta popping up, because up until Theros there wasn't really like a meta scene to follow. It was, you would just go to Friday Night Magic and then you would see how people played their game.
Well, yeah,
and then you'd get wrecked by a fucking Kraken deck in Theros, and then you're like, all right, cool, all right, well, I'm gonna like maybe do that because that was pretty cool.
Well, the thing is with so back in the day that I remember watching, like, you, in order to go to be in the top 8 qualifier, you'd have to travel. You know, I agree with the internet, because like now, if we wanted to submit for tournament play and like actually try to get to the top 8, you literally just have to make sure your DCI is up.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you qualify to be a pro player, and then go into the tournaments, and then if you qualify, good, you go to the top 8.
It's not even that hard anymore either. With Arena, you could just hit Mythic and then you qualify to play in tournaments, and then you can just go there and then do that way, you know. Also,
by the way, during the Pro Tour Finals, one of the guys who was playing Temur Reclamation, wrecking, right? And he was just concentrating, shit like that. His door was open because it was live. His roommate, or whoever the fuck it was, opens up the door that's on the other side of the hallway. Boxers starts pissing, and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? Dude, it was so good. But yeah, I mean, so let's discuss the ban list here. So Temur Agent of Treachery, yeah, that should have been banned. I get it.
Fires.
You could literally get it out turn 4. You know? Cauldron Familiar, it's fine.
Yeah,
that it's banned. I'm kind of glad that it's banned, but I mean, also at the same time, like, as a control player, it's not difficult to get rid of it.
No, the issue is it's not if the Cats player, the person who's playing the deck, knows what they're doing, they can wiggle their way out of pretty much anything.
Yes, but and that's another thing as well. If they slip up once, game is over.
Yeah,
like I've had people concede because they accidentally like trigger the ovens wrong.
Yeah.
And like if they trigger it wrong, then that leaves the Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard and they can't get it out until next turn. That's when I exile it.
Well, yeah, because that's what I would do with Scavenging Ooze, is wait for them to slip up, and then they usually just concede as soon as they lose their Cauldron.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because they depend on that. Versus like pro players use Jund Sacrifice, and it's just like,
all right.
We're gonna have one fucking sneeze on this podcast. So.
Continue.
But yeah, Cauldron Familiar, if that's your one win con, then yeah, you're gonna lose because eventually, like, I had Karn in my sideboard because it was a 4-drop and it turned off an opponent's can't use artifacts. Mm-hmm. The abilities turn off. Fantastic. Field of the Dead needed to get banned. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, that was a broken.
There was no way to destroy the lands, like all 4 of them. So. Fires of Invention, I don't think should have gotten banned. It's literally like you can't play any more counters.
You get two free spells.
2 free spells, yeah.
Yeah, and your Just Guys deck worked really well with that.
Yeah, but also green players have that always.
Why?
Literally, okay, you know what? Fine. Let's do this.
I think it'd be able to think of. I mean, Vivian, you get free creature spells, and Luca also, but
no, Luca's red, but no.
I know, but
let me see here. Let me see.
But
okay, you get an emblem. At the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. That is the Garruk of M21.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. I use him.
We have to I have 4 spells that can tutor into shit, and I can't even look for it. I have to just hope that I grab it. You motherfuckers have just go find something.
I mean, but is
that what the green player was? It's just like, you guys get like Jeskai and like Luca searches for shit. You know what? We're gonna have an emblem. All right, what's your emblem? I'm just gonna go find a big worm. Dude, could you imagine running Golgari, Garruk? Just like, what are you going to get, Massacre Worm? Okay.
Yeah, you can have Massacre Worm. You can have Elder Golgorith or whatever, which is in M21 too.
You could literally go get, fuck. It starts with a Y. It's the 8/8 Haste Trample. We have a Godzilla version of him.
Yeah.
Yorvo? No, Yorvo is the green guy.
I know what you're talking about. I mean, there's some really cool stuff. Like, if I could definitely build a deck around Garruk, like, or Garruk, or whatever his name is. Having 4 of them in deck, getting him out as quick as possible, right? And then just doing everything I can to keep him alive. Having Baby Chandra, because he's not cycled out yet, which ticks up. No, Baby Chandra doesn't. It's normal Chandra that does. That makes him tick up 1 quicker, and then try to get that -7 out as quick as possible, just to like be able to go grab shit.
Yeah. Well, also you could. I mean, for now, this is like
I just use I have him in my Gruul deck, but it's only realistically for his +1. Like, if I can get his -7 out, cool. But I don't have anything that's like worth. That's like super scary. That takes forever. Like my highest cost is Embercleave, which is 6, but I usually cast it at a much lower cost anyway. So
I mean, if you run 4 Ajani the Great-Hearted and then 4 Garuks, literally it's first of all, your creatures get Vigilance with Ajani, and then its -2 is, so it has a plus, which is you gain 3 life. Mm-hmm. But it says put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. So people would run spark doubles.
Yeah.
So there was a guy that ran 4 of these, 4 spark doubles, and then 4 Teferis, and just started pumping out turns. Now, granted, I was running Temur Reclamation, and I was like, or was I running Cats? One of the 2. And I was like, okay. I was just waiting for like, what are you gonna do? Board wipe? And then there was nothing. And then like it was finally my turn, and I was like, okay, swing. And then he lost. Like he went from like 3 back up to 20, and then I was like, oh no, it was cats, because I was just like, cool, my turn, trigger, back to 3, and then he would do other turns, trigger, and I was like,
what are you gonna do, dude?
yeah, you're just trolling me. You're wasting all your mana on stupid shit like that. But, yeah, I mean, like, Fires of Invention, yeah, we get free spells, but like, it's been well known that green players get like the tutors. Black is known for its tutoring. Like, you know, we got fucking, what is it called? Grim Tutor. But y'all are like, hey, go get Big Worm, put Big Worm on field, swing with Big Worm. You know,
You can't even talk about that. Before we started recording, we were playing a couple of casual games. And fucking, he showed, like, Alex played mono black, played against a mono black deck, and Rotting Regisaur is a 4-drop, a 7/6, and the only reason it makes it fair is because you have to discard a card.
yeah, and I think it's bullshit because, like, let's say you run. Oh, by the way, I went against a reanimation deck. So I won, but solid.
Yeah,
It's really fun to play against. The issue is, like, I'm just like, cool, I'm gonna run Soul Guide Lantern. And now you don't have a reanimation deck.
Can't bring anything back.
Now you just have a really shitty aggro deck.
The other day, I finally played against an adventure deck for the first time, and that's a fun deck to play against also, because there's a lot of like moving parts with it that you can kind of see happen.
I
believe I beat him, but it's because I'm a little too quick off the start. But
I love playing against decks that are actually like fun.
Yeah,
Like adventure decks seem fucking fun as fuck. The actual Golos decks that are still around, those are fun. The gate decks, reanimation, honestly other control decks, like, it's kind of fun. The only reason why I think it's fun is because I play control, so it's just like, it's like negate mystical dispute, fucking miscast. It's just so fun to stack so hard. And then you have to wait 3 minutes for everything to resolve, and you're just like, I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, Fires of Invention and Wilderness Reclamation are like free casting things. Like, control players eat that shit up. I think there's gonna be another one in Zendikar. It's my prediction of mine. Like, just untapped lands are like free casting and things like that, which is fine. I think the reason why I think Fires of Invention is fair is because, one, you can't just free cast. You have to have the mana out, and then, like, no matter what the mana is, that's why I'm really excited for the 7-drop artifact that turns everything into everything. But this also, like, you had limited 2 spells, and also you can only do it on my turn, or we can only play spells on.
I mean, I get that, but it's the issue with because of the internet and people have gotten so good with building decks is that it doesn't matter. Like, people have gotten really good at being like working around the parameters of a card, like Fires in particular, because it's like, cool, Fires. All right, here's Agent. All right, here's another Agent.
Fires was also really easy to get rid of.
Sure, but it's like by the time you could get around to getting rid of it, you know
what's crazy that
got pretty scary,
that I still think should have gotten banned, rather than, so if we had to ban 2 things, so Agent of Treachery, yes, needed to get banned. We could get it out turn 4 in multiple decks, not just Jeskai Fires. But instead of Fires of Invention getting banned, Winota.
I mean, Winota's like banned in quite a bit already. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten banned in Standard, but
I think she's going to get banned once rotation hits, because she's going to start being OG.
Well, with Zendikar, there's a lot of humans, and the humans that are probably going to come out with it, and then she's just going to get even more problematic. So
Zendikar's not going to have a lot of humans.
I think so. Because it's a human plane, there's just Eldrazi everywhere.
Well, there's no more Eldrazi
that we know of,
but there's a lot of elementals and shit.
Also, at the end of the podcast, you have to remind me. I have to speak something into the universe to say that I said it. It's about Destiny, but I'm gonna put it.
He got a finger in his butt.
Finger in the boo hole.
Finger in the booty.
And you remember, because I said I was going to talk about it on this podcast in particular, just so it's in the universe.
Are you in other podcasts?
No.
Did my voice crack?
Yeah, I heard that. My little boy's grown into a man.
My balls are huge. So yeah, growth spiral. I have no idea what the fuck.
I don't know why growth spiral got
Why?
banned.
Why? You
It's
know,
kind of a weird one.
there's no reason why that thing should be fucking. You know what should be banned over growth spiral? Fucking cultivate.
Yeah, cultivate's much better.
I think cultivate is like, yeah, cool. Growth spiral's instant speed, and you get card draw, and you could potentially get a land. Fine, but cultivate 3-drop sorcery. You get 2 land, 1 on the battlefield, and the other one is just like, hi.
Unless they banned growth spiral because landfall is coming back, but
It's in rotation.
is it going out?
It's going out. It's in.
Well, then why do they ban? There's some of these bannings were kind of weird. Like growth spiral was weird. I get it's because it was over 50% of the decks, and that deems it ban worthy. But it's a 2-drop like card draw, like play another land. Like
yeah. Oh, I agree.
it wasn't that good. Like Wilderness Reclamation is what made those decks good.
That's yes.
Yeah.
Because like when I played Temur Reclamation, I just had Uro as a secondary win con. It wasn't even like, it was like the 3rd secondary win con, or the 3rd win con.
Yeah.
Because secondary win con was Shark Typhoon. First one was Explosion.
Yeah.
Because Explosion, if I smacked it hard enough, then I literally would just like discard all the cards I don't need and get set up to do another Explosion. Mm-hmm. Like every single time that I could land a really big Explosion, doesn't matter. I'm gonna fucking have another Explosion, if not 2 more.
Yeah, and isn't there other cards anyway, like in Standard at the moment, that let you untap lands? Like Wilderness Reclamation was just more streamlined than the other ones.
It's better than the others, but like you have like Rewind.
Oh yeah,
but Rewind isn't really that good.
Rewind's just a free counter. That's all.
It's a free counter as long as it lands.
Yeah.
If it doesn't land, then no.
Well, yeah. It's. I mean, but if you're not playing against, another control player, it's probably always going to land.
Oh yeah.
Turn 4 counter's not that bad.
I mean, you have fucking Mystical Dispute. If you're playing against blue, it's literally a 1-drop counter.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many cards that are like, I would have banned other cards over Growth Spiral.
Yeah.
However, like Once Upon a Time is overpowered because instant speed, and then if it's in your hand, opening hand, you can just play it for free. But we also have the 4 ley lines.
Yeah, like the ley lines are opening hands too. So
yeah, if a ley line comes in, like Ley Line of the Void, I'm probably gonna lose. Yeah. And then I'll have to fucking go and grab
Leyline of Anticipation, wasn't it? It's the blue one.
Yeah, Leyline of Anticipation. Here's a fun fact. Leyline of Anticipation is one of the staples for the strongest deck that's ever been built.
Yeah.
The deck that I'm referring to is the reason why Black Lotus got banned in every format. Because it's turn 0 win.
Is it Leyline? It's Leyline and then just triggering it.
So I can't remember the deck, the cards exactly. We did play it a long time ago. We played 1v1s back in the day. I played my mono blue deck. At one point in time, I played Solar Flare. I tried everything I could. The only way to actually beat it, the only way to prolong the inevitable is Force of Will. But even then, it just doesn't work.
No.
But it's essentially like Leyline of Anticipation. You don't need land in your hand, but Anticipation. So you have beginning of the turn. So your typical turn is untap, upkeep, draw. But because it's the beginning, so you skip untap. So it's upkeep, draw. In response to upkeep, before the draw, Leyline of Anticipation. Well, that's already going to be on the field. Because they have flash, you lay down as many Black Lotuses as you can. So let's just say 3. Now you have 9 mana floating. And then from there you play the spells that you need. I can't remember what the spells are, but essentially you exile their deck, and then once their first turn, once they draw, they don't have a deck anymore. And then it's a win.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal.
I had a thought. We can talk about it more off the podcast, but the Double Masters box, little handful of packs that are going to come in Wednesday. We record Thursday. Would you want to open that up on episode 20?
Yes.
On the weird off chance that we get, Force of Will, like Mana Crypt or something.
Dude, that would be, as long as that comes in, that would be the perfect way to like do the season finale.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Dude.
So, because I like it's in the mail. It might be here before Wednesday, but I think that'll be fun to do.
I don't want to talk about double masters because I fucking hate it, but also like fuck Wizards. Like I get you want to like lower the reserve list.
Is it actually though?
I that's the only way that I would think, dude. I thought it was for Modern at one point. They have Mox Opal be re-releasing. Mox Opal's banned in Modern, and I don't think they have any intentions of unbanning that. That'd be fucking dumb. You know?
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'm so glad Veil of Summer is never going to see standard play. It's rotating out because I fucking hate it. And fuck Teferi.
Fuck Teferi. Teferi's so good though. It's just weird. Like it's literally 3 or 4 weeks away from banning. You know.
Rotation.
Sorry, rotation.
Yeah.
And I just don't get why.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't. I think they're just tired. You know, of people just playing the same decks over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that too, but
I've also come to the realization that like I like playing 2-color and monocolor decks, but my calling is 3-color, 3 to 4 color. Like every time that I try to build, like I tried playing Orzhov and I tried playing Azarius, and I immediately just turned it into Esper. Like I just love 3-color decks. Like the deck I'm playing, Sultai Control, I love playing it.
Yeah. I need to I guess dabble my hand in 3 colors. It just, for me, it just seems like with the Triomes it's a little easier now, but it's such, land management is so picky and you just have to like figure that out.
So here's what I've realized with the Triomes. I'm going to segregate my deck building around the Triomes. Because it would make sense. Like Sultai, there's a Sultai one, there's a Jeskai one. I think there's a Jund one. Let's look. I'm curious.
There's one for I think almost every color combo. There's 5 of them,
so they don't have an Esper one. So they have Mardu, Jeskai, Jund, Sultai, and Jeskai. Wait. What's this one? So blue, red, green is... What's blue, red, green? Fuck.
While you're looking that up. But yeah, so it's just the bannings, it was, to reiterate, I guess, the bannings were very out of left field.
I wasn't left field. It was only left field with...
2 of them.
Oh, it was kind of left field because, like...
It's literally 4 out of the 5 cards are cycling out. You know, it could have just been
3 of the 4.
3 of the 4. Yeah, there's only 4 cards. They could have just like let them do their thing. You know, there's not going to be another tournament.
I mean, you and I both just fucking got. Naya.
Oh yeah.
Is the other Triumph, which Naya doesn't. I don't think that shit's gonna. Oh wait, no, that's not Naya.
What color is that?
Naya is green, red, white. Wait, let me see. Bant. That's not Bant. Where the fuck? Oh, Temer. Fucking, I'm an idiot. I played the deck for weeks.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I get it. They want to try to keep their their player base happy, but it's also like, I mean, just let them. It happened. It won. Just let it like have its course for the next month. But
honestly, yeah, it's just so. I personally, I mean, I'm really glad that we don't have to deal with that anymore. But at the same time, it's like you banned these things, and like it's literally rotating out. Like it seems pointless to have this many fucking banned cards. Just let us fucking have this, and then just wait. Yeah. I mean, it kind of gives us the opportunity to really focus on not rotating cards.
Sure.
Because I mean, but like
it's the issue is when rotations happen, it's a shift of like, all right, we're losing all these cards. Right? How is Zendikar, like in particular with this, how is that going to replace the card? Like the cards that are leaving. You know, does it replace it? Are we gonna have to build new decks? I'm interested to see what people do and like what the new decks are going to be. and if it's going to shift the meta that like drastically. But
you know what I had to explain to someone, Maggie, who was on episode 16.
Yep.
We were hanging out and she was like, I'm so glad this is rotating out. I'm so glad this is rotating out. And I was like, you understand that like eventually I think with Zendikar, because I've played Zendikar blocks and it's so overpowered, like I have a feeling everything that we're hoping rotates out, or so glad with something that it's rotating out or whatever, that we're just going to be like, oh, I miss playing those decks because they were easy to deal with. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when people were like, oh, thank God, Field of the Dead's banned. Uro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Or not Uro. Fucking Oko.
Oko, yeah.
And then everyone was just like,
Yeah, I don't want Magic to turn into, like, I can't wait for this card to get banned again type game.
Yeah.
I, like, want it to be, you know, all right, this is the deck that's running the meta. Let me find a way to like get around it, and that's what I did. You know, is I made a deck that, you know, outpaced Temur. There was a
deck, the Winata deck that was in the Pro Tour. I mean, other than the four color Reclamation decks, it was wrecking Temur Reclamation because it was made for Temur Reclamation.
Yeah, you know, and my deck was more or less built around it's silly to say that I had to outpace, like, be faster than, but you know, it is what it is. I like the challenge of trying to find ways of beating meta decks, so that's my, I guess, player style. So
yeah, I'm hoping that the Temur deck that I'm running definitely starts beating, because I mean, like, I'm still working on it, like I'm still play testing it, but I mean, it's literally just like it was what my Temur deck was without Explosion or Wilderness Reclamation. It still has it's pretty similar. It has the control side of it, all the counters, but it also has removal this time. But I'm still running a Questing Beast. I'm running Ugin main board instead of sideboard.
Yeah.
Extinction Event, like it still has like that very much like control feel, but it's just instead of red, it has another color in it.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoy it, but
oh yeah, no. Questing Beast, we've talked about it so many times.
It's so good.
It's so good. It is the perfect bait card also, which we've talked about.
Oh yeah.
It's like, all right, I need some heat off of me for a turn. Questing Beast.
Questing Beast and Shark Typhoon.
Yeah. It's like swing with it, you know, do what you want to, get rid of whatever you need to. Planeswalkers or whatever. Because most of the time, if it's late game enough and you drop a Questing Beast, you know it's going to get rid of next turn. And most people won't block it because they don't want something to die.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always player damage almost every time. If they have a Planeswalker out, Planeswalker damage. And then you're like, cool, all right, I did what I want to do with it. It's going to get taken away.
I'm thinking about running... well, I'm trying to think of ways to like get rid of it instant speed, but like as soon as I see that someone's running a Questing Beast, I'm like, cool, we're getting rid of all of my Eliminates and we're running all Heartless Axe.
Yeah.
Like Questing Beast is just so good, and like you discussed, the idea of playing Questing Beast and then spark doubling it over and over again is fucking insane, and then making copy tokens of it.
Yeah. No, it's terrifying. It was a few episodes back that I talked about it, but yeah, I was like super okay with it. I was like, this is amazing. I don't know how they built this deck.
It's decks like that. They're just like, fuck it, I'm not conceding. Let's see how crazy shit can get.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love that. I love playing that deck, and I would love to see it again. And I would love to see a deck like that happen again, or even try to build a deck around that. I'm just not very good with blue cards. I'm not knowledgeable with it, so I don't really know how to build a deck around it. But I would love to.
I
would love to build a Simic deck like that.
I say this so much, and like, especially because you and I hit Diamond, and like I've learned about your deck, and you know the decks that I play. It's an interesting dynamic that you and I have a podcast, and we have completely different play styles. Like I try to play aggro, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So I just play control. And
but I think that's what makes our dynamic work so well, and why we're able to hold.
We're both fucking sexy.
Well, that too. Is that a lot of it is that we have so much different play styles, but it's not like we can just work off of each other that way. And you understand an aspect of the game that I don't, and you and I, like, same for me to you. So I think that's what makes it work really well. Is that why? Yeah, because. And also, like, that's how we started playing again. Is we played each other for like 4 months straight. I was just like, all right. I was like, cool. I'm gonna build a deck that beats Alex's decks, and then that's where Gruul came in. And then you were like, cool. I'm going to build a deck that beats Gruul.
Yeah, and then I would go to fucking NFMs and then just get my shit wrecked by Golgari, and I'm like, oh, I need to just build good decks, not just decks to beat Jordan.
Yeah.
Then I found Super Friends.
Super Friends, just eating people's shit for breakfast.
Dude, I'm just eating people's shit on some wafts.
Some wafts
and spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Dude, so okay, so you're thinking about running mono green. Obviously, mono green is destroying everyone's assholes sexually, you know?
Yeah, I have to find a mono green deck that I like.
I'm going to show you I'm going to name this off. So this is a deck that I've been playing against a lot lately, and it's been destroying my asshole. Like hot sauce with queso. So the win con is obviously like questing beasts, stone coil, but beanstalk, beanstalk, okay. And then feasting troll king, because no one's sideboarding for graveyard play anymore. Ugin, but then a bunch of ramp, right?
Sure.
And then 2 Starixes. So you have 2 cultivates. You got Yorvo. Garruk's Uprising, the Dryad. Sideboard is, like Shadow Spear and, things like that to just take care of things. Also, can we discuss how overpowered Barrier Breach is? Exile up to 3 enchantments. Heard. But yeah, and then like you have the Great Hinge, but all mono green, and it's just like ram throughs,
Yeah, ram through is a really good card.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And then this one has 2 Castle
Greenbergs.
Garenbergs, yeah, but there apparently 4 is gonna be in there. Yeah, but like this deck is really, really fun to play against.
Yeah, send me that. I'll actually try to build it, and then
you probably have the majority of the cards.
Yeah, I probably have the majority of the cards. I have enough wild cards at the moment too to be able to be okay with it.
Bro, since the banning, I have 2 rares and 6 mythics.
Yeah, 43 commons, 52 uncommons, 8 rares, and 3 mythics.
God.
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So this is what I think. Since banning and rotation that's coming up, I think 2 things are going to happen. I think there are certain old decks that are going to come back.
Yeah.
And then I think also there are certain... I don't think cycling's going to come back because it went rampant so hard that control players were like, okay. But you know what I think is going to come back? And if it starts making a comeback, I'm going to buy it. Or I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to run it. Esper stacks.
I don't think so, because a lot of Esper cards are going to go away.
Yeah, but not rotation. So Esper stacks would have like Agonizing Remorse. It would have like a bunch of like enchantments and artifacts. Hey. And then just bring them all back, and they're all 6/6s.
Oh yeah.
And then you have
coffee time.
Ooh, these on go.
And we're back.
Little offset.
We got a fresh pot of coffee. And
kink.
Emptied our bowels.
Yeah, it means we took a shit. I shit on your shit. TMI?
How many times do you like wipe before you look at the toilet paper? Is it like wipe, look, or is it like wipe, drop it?
Oh, every time.
Every time?
Yeah.
I was just wondering. It's every time.
There's also like certain like this is a little weird, but there's also certain times where I take like mega shits and I'm like, dude, I need to see if there's blood.
I had that thought the other day. I was like, I wonder how, like what's the average wipe to looking ratio?
I do it every fucking time. Like I've never just wiped and then
Just not look.
Just assumed that I needed to wipe again.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird question to ask somebody, though. It's like oddly personal that you're like, oh, it's.
I think shitting. Do you know what I found?
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable, a very confident, very open, honest, blunt man.
Yeah.
Or woman for non-binary. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
So we made a racist remark, and now we're homophobic. Great. I'm never going to do anything ever with my life.
I'm not homophobic. Dude, I made the joke the other day to someone. I was like, you want to know what how do you talk dirty to someone that's non-binary? It feels good.
All right.
Anyways, is shitting and sex.
Yeah.
Like, that was so, like, weird when I was growing up. Like, oh, sex, no.
Yeah.
But also, Hawaiians don't really like, we're fucking. Like, my grandparents. Yeah, we're fucking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, okay. But, anyways, enough about that.
Weird way to open up the coffee segment.
It's time for a Yeah. Here's, welcome to the magic of coffee. Do you wipe when you shit?
Sums up this podcast really well.
Just magic of coffee, just shitting.
This week we are trying Joe Coffee La Familia Garanzio. Yep. It's considered a Colombian blend. Has hints of caramel, honey, and clementine. I can't really taste the clementine. But, yeah.
Clementine, I don't even know her. Anyways.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's Colombian. Brew time is 3 to 6 minutes. Seal in this bag or in an airtight container. Enjoy within 2 weeks of purchase. All right.
Yeah, so we didn't do 30 minutes. I think we did like,
I don't know,
a minute.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I don't.
It's fine. It's like a good cup of coffee. I wouldn't mind drinking it every day. But the issue and why we are rotating our coffee list after episode 20 is there's just Death Coffee Company. Man, they are just too good at what they do.
For real. For real.
Valhalla Java is the best, and may always be the best.
It may always be the best. We're gonna try to figure,
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out closer when we get to, I guess, episode 30. About how we're gonna figure out which one's the best. But stay tuned. If you listening this long, you'll probably listen till that long. So, another 11 weeks. So, but yeah, not bad. I think I put it on my list as 1, 2, 3, 4. Number.
I didn't even do
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on my list. Yeah. So, above West Oak and the Silencer and Cracker Barrel and Holdfast, but just below the one we tried last week.
It's between Silencer and West Oak. I'm gonna. So that makes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 16th place for me.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, real quick? I know this is like kind of off topic, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. How the fuck do you import decks?
So you would like go on top 8, and then there's like a MTG-A. You would click on it, and then at the bottom it says copy to clipboard. And then in Arena, when you click decks at the bottom, it'll say import, and then you just click on that, and then it'll just import the deck in. But yeah, nice flavor. I will say that for the coffee, it's heavy. We've talked about that a couple times. It definitely has like it's heaviness to the coffee itself, if that makes sense. Not bad though. Like I could drink it every day. If I had to, I could drink it every day, I should say.
I think what besides Valhalla Java, right? What coffee? Fuck. Would you want to drink every day for like a month?
I could do the Achievement Hunter one that we tried, that Rooster Teeth blend. I could do that one. Death Coffee even. Death Coffee was a little heavy, a little heavier than Valhalla Java, but I could do that for sure. Anything within my top 5, I think I could drink every day and like just like be completely okay with. So, but for me, the Achievement Hunter one, it just sticks. It like just. I think about that one almost just as much as Valhalla Java, but yeah.
I think Rooster Teeth, the Coyote, Novo, or Insomniac.
Yeah, the Insomniac one was really good too. Yeah, that's my number 3. So it's Valhalla Java, Death Coffee, Insomniac, Achievement Hunter, and then the Rise and Shine, which is the other King's Coast coffee that we tried. Yeah, those were all really good. And it's just funny because the Three Sisters one, the one that we tried, the Kicking Horse, I used to drink that every day when I was in the Army. That was my everyday coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's just funny because it's so far down it's number 9 on the list, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 8, not 9, but still, it's in my top 10, but it's just kind of funny. Because 2 or 3 years ago, that was
the only thing you fucking drank.
Yeah, my everyday coffee. So me and my roommates. But yeah. So we're in the back half now, I guess. Unless you want to say something else about the coffee.
No, I mean it's good.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good cup of coffee, but I don't think it's good enough for me to be like, oh yeah, this is real good.
Yeah. Like, ooh. Yeah.
But it's not bad. Like, it's not fucking whatever that fucking one was. The lemonade coffee.
Yeah, like it says it has clementine hints in it, but I can't taste it at all. So that citrusy isn't necessarily there.
I think it's just adding an underlayer,
maybe,
which we're not necessarily tasting, but it's there, and it's just adding. It's adding well, not being the like main base.
Yeah,
not being the win con.
Before we get into the second half, 2 things. We have episode 20 coffee picked out. I won't say anything about it yet because I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. I told you, but
I don't remember what it was. Oh, duh.
Yeah. I picked it out. I was gonna do some real expensive one. There's a few that I was eyeballing, but I said I didn't want to do something stupid expensive. I wanted something that I felt like could actually be a contender for number 1. And the issue with like Valhalla Java is number 1 because you can drink it literally at any point.
Yeah, any temperature, any point,
and it's awesome, right? So I was like, well, the one thing I guess Valhalla was lacking, not even lacking because it's tasted amazing, was its like distinct and individual flavor. So I bought the coffee that we're gonna try next week for our final coffee in an attempt to try to beat number 1. Even if we could take number 2, like that, I would be happy with it. But yeah, so I'm excited. I love this coffee just in general. I used to drink it a lot in high school, so we'll see how it holds up, and it'll be interesting for you because it's a little close to home. But
that was racist.
It's not racist.
A little close to home. Well, what do you think my home is? In the alley.
Yeah. Hint, hint. Also, I want to say this. This is for just the sake of having something on the record. It's Destiny related.
Here we go.
Quick lore, 5-minute lore segment, not even. The Hive are some of the bad guys in Destiny, right? And they have leaders. Or they had a leader, Oryx, and he had 2 sisters, Zavathun and I forget the other one's name. But Zavathun is going to be like the next big baddie in the series, right? Has become the Taken Queen, and my theory is that she will be the big baddie of the series, right? Because it's always been light and darkness, and currently in the game, because the game does like weekly updates and things like that, and you get a little bit of the story every week, and then based on seasons, which are every 4 months, that we're going to end up working with the darkness to beat Zavathun, which is she's gonna be the big bad guy. But there's a character in the game that has been in the game since Destiny 1, since the first DLC came out, Eris Morn, and she went down with her fire team.
Eris Morn.
Eris Morn. She went down with her fire team into the moon to try to kill Crota, which is a big baddie then. And she was the only one to survive. And I don't think she survived. I think Eris Morn is actually Zavathun and has been messing with us the entire time and like using us to help push her like motive and like, you know, everything she wants to do. Because so the idea is that Oryx was the big baddie before, and he was like the god of death. Like if you ran into him, you knew you were going to die. Well, Zavathun is like cunning, and she's a trickster, and she's like always in the background and nobody's ever actually seen her. And I think it's because nobody's seen her is because she's been right in front of us our whole time. So I just wanted to say that, put this out there. It doesn't mean much to you because you have no idea about the lore of the game.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I wanted to put it on the podcast. So in a year, when the next DLC comes out, because it's deemed the Witch Queen, which is going to be all about Zavathun. If it happens, I was right, and it's recorded right here, right now.
On the podcast.
If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and we move on with our life. But I think that would be a cool story.
Yeah.
You know, having one of the, you know, the main characters of the story leading up to this point actually be the bad guy. There's hints to it. But outside of that, it was funny. Earlier this week, you were like, you texted me late at night one night, and you were like, "What's that Doom song?" That like,
oh yeah.
rips? And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like,
So I need to tell you the context as to
Yeah.
what the fuck. So you probably got that storm. Was it raining here when I texted you? So I was on a porch, and where I was, it was just the heart of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just lightning strikes and shit like that. And I was like, you know, it'd be sick if we played Doom on this Bluetooth waterproof speaker. Oh, place is haunted.
the remote's right there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. And so like I was just like trying to find the Doom soundtrack, and I found it, but I was like, I can't find this song. It was that one song. It's like gang 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 gang. Nope, that's Animals as Leaders.
Yeah, that's the only thing they fear is you, which I sent to you, I believe.
Yeah, but that's why. It's because we were in the middle of a thunderstorm outside, just blasting Doom, and then we also blasted the Halo theme. Ba 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 ba.
Both phenomenal soundtracks, but it's funny because like I was laying in bed with my girlfriend and
Nice. Getting some puss.
yeah, sure. And it was just funny because you sent me the text and I was like, oh yeah. And then I spent the next 45 minutes listening to the Doom soundtrack, and she was just like, you know, we did this for a month when that game came out. I was like, yeah, because it slaps.
Because it fucking slaps.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
Oh, can we also just, speaking of text messages, let me go to your text. So Jordan and you and I don't really talk during the week. There's a
Little
lot of
snippets
things
here or there,
there's a
yeah.
lot of things that I want to say, but I'm like, I can just wait till the podcast.
Yeah.
You know? But you texted me what, today? Let me see.
It was last night.
Oh yeah, you were like, yeah, it was yesterday at 11. You're like, you know what slaps? And I said, you period. And you're like, aw, gay. I was like, oh okay. Oh my god.
Yeah. I was saying that Perth Free Civil War slaps Hail Stan. If you haven't listened to that,
Then do you live under a fucking rock? And if you're listening to this, literally like we just listen, like, dude, speaking of music, dude, I have been getting into like pig squeal metal.
yeah.
Just like and I'm just like, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure it's their ballad.
Yeah, I know. At our old work, our old job, after you left, right before we ended up closing because of COVID, the kitchen crew would just right after we'd closed the building and everybody's cleaning up for the night, just put on some pig squealing, just crazy, and I'm just in there just like, yeah.
Dude, Martin and Jacob, they used to play fucking just like go 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 go, right? Then immediately after that, it was just like, show me a higher love. I'm like, this is sick.
It was hilarious when Once Upon a Time came out, because Jacob, they would do that, especially in the mornings. They would just play just some nasty stuff. And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, and then they just played the soundtrack for a week straight.
Yeah.
So in the mornings it turned into this really like chill 50s music. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice.
Like,
and when Star Wars came out, all they did was play Star Wars music, which is also cool.
also, like, that makes sense,
Yeah.
being the amount of tattoos that they have of Star Wars.
Yeah. Also, like, I guess we're on this. Number one, you brought it up, Halo soundtrack. It's way too good for those games. Like, those games are awesome.
I
But
do,
oh my
honestly,
God, that soundtrack is so good.
take out the soundtrack and the lore, game's trash.
Pretty much. And
I do
then
not like the mechanics of the game.
It's so old, like at this point. But also Star Wars. Star Wars' soundtrack. Like, those movies are phenomenal and definitely changed, movie making forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But way too good.
Oh, yeah. Who was
Oh my
it? John
God.
Williams?
John Williams,
Yeah.
yeah. The guy who made the Olympic sound, like the Olympic theme song, Jurassic Park, like, did Star Wars.
I want to meet the guy who made the national anthem and be like, dude, like, this isn't good.
Yeah, it was made in like the 1700s.
Do you want to know what I would... Okay. For anyone that doesn't know this song, look it up. I want to own a country, and then the theme song is going to be a style of this particular intro, and the intro is The Great Stone War by Winds of Plague. It's just like gong, 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 gong. And then just like violins, timpanis, and then it just goes into like gong, 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 and then it just like has like a China just like keeping the beat, and then it's just like ga ga da 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 da. And then in the middle of it, right before a breakdown, all you hear is just like hold, and then like right before like the breakdown, there's a huge snare hit, and then like just a group would be going oh, and then just like go 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 go. If that was my national anthem, even Russia would be like, yeah, we're not fucking with that.
Come on,
That motherfucker's crazy. I have a joke for you.
All right.
What's a Russian bedpan?
I don't know.
A Putin.
How do we get so derailed?
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Speaking of our old job, though, we may have brought it up on the podcast before, but it's such a fond memory of mine that I always want to talk about it, and it'll help us. We'll segue into another.
We
bit.
had sex.
In the break room.
Eating pizza. and popcorn.
It was right when
He whispered into my ear and said, herb parm.
this is what happens when you drink 2 cups of coffee in an hour.
Yeah.
It was right when Fantastic Beasts came out, and I don't know who approached who, but we were like, "Hey, what's your Potter house?"
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, I was like, we were both Ravenclaws, so we came up with the great idea of going around and asking everybody what their house
God
was.
forbid someone was a Hufflepuff. God forbid.
And we just
Like,
started
fucking pussy?
shitting on everybody. They're like, "Oh, you're a
When something
Gryffindor?
fucks
Oh,
up.
that's fucking great." Oh,
When something fucks up, just like, fucking Gryffindors, man.
fucking. Oh my god.
Anytime that, like, fucking Ravenclaw?
Yeah. Anytime anybody wasn't a Ravenclaw did something, we were just shitting on them.
Fuck.
It was just a weird, fond memory of
You know
mine.
what have made that entire situation so perfect? If we had to get called into the office and like, we've had 4 people quit. Just walk out because they're Hufflepuffs, and then like our response, damn fucking straight.
Yeah, fucking straight.
Like, just gang signs, just like Ravenclaw. Wait, can I do Ravenclaw?
Good luck.
Yeah. Just like, how do I do an R? I need to type an R as reference. R. Images. Okay, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the magic
I'm
of coffee.
fucking stupid. Oh.
But speaking of R's and houses, you came up with the idea when I brought this up earlier, making a website that told you what your Ravnica guild would be.
Dude, I just have arthritis now.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, yes. Okay. But you know what I also want to do? So you know I used to be a bartender, and you also know that I have like cocktails, like the bar that I used to regularly go to, they have some of my recipes. Mm-hmm. I'm seriously considering studying what each guild is and making cocktails.
That would be cool.
And then I could just like make like cocktail videos.
We could get trashed on Magic the Gathering cocktails. Wizards, hit us up.
Wizards, hit us up.
We can make a cookbook.
We can make a cookbook. Should I make a new theme song for season 2?
We can just use one of your other songs that you haven't released yet.
I have an ungodly amount of songs unreleased. I have one that's just like it's like punk music and it's just the N-word.
No.
Wait, Joji, stop eating the wires.
My cat loves to eat cables. I don't know if it's out of hate or he's just weird. But you have a lot of other weird little things to talk about this week.
Joji!
Ladies and gentlemen, and all others in between, my cat.
That boy. I have so much shit. Wait, I gotta still do the R. Check it. It's an R. Minus my pinky, I can't move it. Ah, there we go. And the thumb, look, R. Ravenclaw!
Fucking tongue, like you're like.
It's really hard to. As a guitar player, this hurts. As a guitar player of over, I think it's 21 years now, this fucking sucks. So,
Continue.
before we get into the other stuff, is Zendikar Rising? Are we gonna have draft booster packs and the other booster packs?
There will be 5 different packs coming out. So you have the booster packs, you have the draft packs, you have the collector packs, and then you have
Theme packs.
Theme packs. I guess only 4. It's usually only 3. It's
And then there's
the booster, the
showcase.
collect, and then there's showcase
Or
packs.
promo.
Yeah, or whatever they're called. There's going to be 5 different packs because the new one is there's a new one coming out for this one.
Yeah, and I think it's fucking weird. Actually, I don't think it's weird. I think it's gonna be interesting, and I hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my hands. On all of them. Yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna get so expensive. So, and we'll see what happens. But
So, as you know,
yes,
I am on vacation from my job, and also I'm on vacation from my job, like music. I've decided to not fuck with the album anymore until like I'm done with my vacation, because it's gotten to the point where I'm like I'm editing the music and it's not sounding good anymore. Like I'm kind of sick of listening to it, so I haven't listened to it. I've actually deleted it off my phone and just not gonna listen to it.
you could also send it to me, and I could listen to what your rough cuts are, and I can tell you.
So I have one song that we can listen to that I have on my phone. It's In Response Flip Table.
Yeah.
I changed up the last part of the song, like the outro, kind of. I like it, but I need to make sure that it's good. It's good, but I'll show you after this.
This project started 5 months ago as an attempt to try to broaden your horizons, and now you're becoming hypercritical of it.
Yeah. Welcome to me. Dude, at one point when Depression came out, I was so sick of it, I hated the album.
Yeah.
And then I didn't listen to it for a while, and then I started listening to it recently, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is fire. You know?
Yeah.
So, my vacation.
Your vacation.
14th, 15th, and 16th, and also
15th
your.
and 16th.
Oh, hey, that said, can I borrow your military bag? If you can find it.
Which one? Just like the
biggest one you have.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Cool.
I'm not using it.
I'm going camping for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm driving there, and then I'm taking enough supplies to where I can't leave. Oh, I'm going on an island.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting a kayak. I'm getting my axe, getting all of my tools sharpened, and I'm staying up there for it's Lake Ray Roberts. There's an island that my buddies found that during the summer when the water
It's low enough.
is low enough, it brings out this this island, and then in the winter it brings it back up, or it submerges it. And so I'm gonna be there. So like next weekend, Thursday, I'm probably going to drive there. Thursday, kayak in the middle of the night, wake up, and then just camp for 3 days.
Nice.
Or I might go Friday morning.
Yeah.
Depending. But yeah, it's gonna be.
Do you have a tent?
I'm getting one.
I have one you can use.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'll just use theirs then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I just don't spend any money you don't have to.
Yeah. True.
So, yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be really, really cool.
So I know I haven't been doing a lot of van life updates, being the apocalypse. Hello, Oliver.
Oh, did he feed them? Yeah, you can talk about your van life.
So we're working out upgrades, blueprints, but obviously because of the apocalypse, I'm not going to my workshop yet. But we are extending the top. We're going to saw off the top of the van and extend the top with wood. We're going to make just like we're just going to make it to where I can stand. You know?
Oh, okay.
Because right now I can't actually stand. It's just a hair too low. Yeah. So we're gonna extend it about, I think, like maybe 1.5 feet. Maybe even just a foot. No, about 1.5 feet. And then 1.25 feet. Let's just say that. It's not going to be that much. And then from there, we're going to add windows on the top of that.
Yeah.
And add the solar panels, things like that. So it's going to be cool. I'm really excited about that. It's going to take a lot more work than we first comprehended.
Uh-huh.
But it's going to be nice to actually, be able to stand, and then because I want to. So what I want to do is I think the first long trip I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to Utah to Skinwalker Ranch, but also I'm going to go into a remote area and then see the Milky Way. Because that Utah has like a blank spot of where it's just like no pollution, and so I'm gonna go over there and just like look at the stars. So look at them and be like, wow, these are really far away.
Yeah.
And then one more thing. So I officially, it's not live yet. We're working on it, but I officially have a website.
Hell yeah, boy.
That the Magic of Coffee will be on.
Hell yeah, boy.
So obviously it's not live, so you can't look it up. But if you look up Alexander Gregory Music, it says coming soon. AlexanderGregoryMusic.com. And then so we're working everything out. I have to do a bio, and then I'm gonna do like my about me is going to be very extensive. Like I'm gonna try to work it out hard, and then like my musical background, and then magic stuff, my engineering, production, everything. But that way, like, they can find the podcast if they find my music, and then they can, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So all of my merch stuff is going to be there, including like once we get. So I have merch now.
Yeah.
It's currently in the works. I have a hoodie, or I have a beanie, and then we're gonna. So I'm getting shirts for every album except for Unqualified. Fuck Unqualified. I don't give a fuck. I know it's my work. It's good, but I hate it. But then we're going to do the Magic of Coffee merch.
Yes, please. Well, I mean, for season 2, we'll talk about it more next week, because I think next week we should also, whatever, we'll talk about that later. But maybe a new logo, or we're going to try to spice things up, make it look real pretty. And if we get a decent logo, We'll definitely throw it on a shirt. Have it like a little shirt with a little pocket and logo on the little pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I have a merch guy and a merch manager, so we could probably make it work.
Yeah, we'll see. Baby steps.
Oh yeah.
We'll call season 1 the beta test of the podcast.
I was gonna call it 8th edition.
About the beta test. Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
But yeah, so merch, inline skating. You also have.
Oh yeah, I'm seriously considering, and at this point, it's not even seriously considering. I'm buying inline skates because I used to go to skate parks and aggressively. It's called aggressive inline skating, where I grind and vert ramps and things like that. I've been constantly watching it and thinking about it because I have a bunch of friends that like my longboarding friends. They all are like, yeah, we're thinking about buying shortboards and actually learning how to skate and grind rails and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I really miss actually skating and shit like that. And then I've been like, for the past week, literally week and a half, I'll say even week and a half confidently, every day just looking up inline skate videos. And now I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to just buy this. I need to figure out outlets that I actually want to work out. Like I still do push-ups and I do burpees and stuff like that. I fucking hate doing it. So I'm getting a membership at Summit, the rock climbing gym, and then I'm also going to get skates and start actually inline skating again, and then that'll be my workout. And we're thinking like, because it turns out, I was looking it up last night, dude, there are skate parks all over DFW.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
There's a skate park here in Denton.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm seriously, I'm gonna edit this podcast, and once I'm done, I might hit up my buddy Toby. He's actually the skater, like a really good. For his birthday, he actually bought a new board. I'm gonna see if he's down to just like go over there and chill. I don't even want to be there very long. I just want to go and look at it.
Yeah, just size it up.
Yeah, but I'm seriously considering. It's not officially this morning. I'm not considering it. I'm buying inline skates.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, this Saturday, guess what I'm doing?
Skating. Oh, tats.
Yeah, I decided. Oh, we're getting close.
Still,
I've decided that instead of being an adult and saving money, I'm going to spend it all.
Hell yeah, do it, boy. But anywho,
yeah, we're running. Everything's starting
to die. So, thank you for watching. You've made it this far. Make sure to watch next week. It'll be our big season finale. But yeah, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The Magic of Coffee. We got all that stuff there. Make sure to follow, subscribe, whatever it is for the other things.
If you think someone else will like this, by all means, please send it. And also, please send us any kind of emailing.
Yeah, if you want us to try coffees, anything like that, anything you want us to talk about, hit us up, themagicofcoffee@gmail.com. And if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on SoundCloud, don't be afraid to watch us on YouTube. And make sure to share it with your friends. Anything else you want to add?
Go watch the rest of our content. We have box openings, and we get really fucking drunk and play Magic Arena.
Yeah, we do. All right. Well, enjoy your mornings.